Hey friends, thanks for checking out this video. As you can see, we're in a park, but soon we're going to be stuck behind a computer, so this is a great contrast. What we're going to be doing is using music software to add layers to our music. Let's check out how it's done.
To show the concept of layers, we're going to use a digital audio workstation, or computer software. The layers were sequenced in MIDI, but the same concept works for live instruments like a rock band or even a full orchestra, and of course, creating digital music. What we've got here is 4 tracks. From top to bottom, let's call them piano, strings 1, strings 2, and bass. Notice how a new instrument is added after each 4-bar section. Of course, when you compose, you don't need to bring instruments in an arrangement like this. But this staggering technique works great for this demonstration. Let's take a quick look at the full arrangement. Okay, let's break this down into components. First, the chord sequence. It's a fairly straightforward sequence of A major, C sharp minor, F sharp minor, and B minor. There is the tiniest inflection of a major note right at the end of each B minor chord, but let's not worry about that for this demonstration. As you can hear, this progression begins with a simple piano rhythm. Next, some strings in a high register are added. After that, more strings come in, playing a counter rhythm. Finally, the bass notes come in. Notice the descending scale approach of the sustained strings. That's track 2. These notes are each harmoniously related to the chord they play against. They are also fairly well tied into the overall key of the song. I'll run through what's going on for those of you who are theory-minded. Behind the A major chord is an A note. That's a perfect match root-wise. Next is a C sharp minor with a G sharp note played behind it. That's the 5th of the C sharp. Behind the F sharp minor is an F sharp note, again a root note. And finally, behind the B minor is a D note, which is the minor 3rd. Simply, we get a nice mix of musical colour by playing a descending line that doesn't always stick to the root note. I won't explore track 3 here, but check our website if you want the score. All we're doing is playing a counter rhythm using dyads with some note changes to give a little extra inflection. Lastly, the bass. It plays deep sustained notes that really give this piece a lot of depth and richness. A quick higher register note ends each bar and nicely leads to the next note, as well as giving structural definition to each bar. Let's listen to how all that sounds as each instrument is individually brought in. That's great. We created a slight variation to this piece. Take a listen. The bass had been brought in earlier and the sustained strings later. We took the D note from behind the B minor chord and took it up to match the root note. Notice also how we brought the strings in by using the tail end of the previous bar as a lead in. So that's it for this lesson. Hopefully you've got some inspiration on creating layers in your song. We're going to play out with our first version of this piece. Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give it a thumbs up, and if you want more free great music tips, visit our website. As always, happy jamming.